Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. Three brothers, three opinions, one topic. Wade, Chad, how you guys doing?
I'm good.
I'm excellent.
Welcome.
How you doing?
I am amazing today.
You left out the word ProBROknow.
Oh, sorry. ProBROknow podcast.
Yes.
Welcome to the podcast.
They figured it out probably.
Yeah. It's ProBROknow.
I thought I was on a different one. This is ProBROknow.
This is the ProBROknow one.
Okay, I went to the right door.
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
perfect.
Yep.
What's our topic today?
Today is going to be pet peeves.
I got lots of them.
Yeah, I know.
Pet peeves.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun.
So this is like a 2-hour podcast. Then.
Well, we're going to condense it down into 20 minutes. But yeah, the top pet peeves is what we're going to talk about. You guys ready to dive in?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
That's it.
Pet peeves. I know we all have some.
Tons.
Yeah, we do actually have tons. I thought it would be funny though, because I know everyone's going to be able to relate to what we say on this podcast. And I thought I would just start because mine revolve around the grocery store.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of mine do too. Yeah.
You have a lot of grocery store gripes?
Well, not a ton, but I do have some.
Grocery store gripes. That's a good name for a
that is
podcast.
a good.
That could be
name
the
for our podcast.
Yeah, that's the title.
Yeah. Anyways, carry on.
So, with the grocery store, I think I've got several, but the biggest one for me is, I do most of the shopping in the house, but I find that when I'm going there, no matter which lineup I choose, when I'm trying to cash out, and I've got it down to a science, like I'll scan. And I don't actually commit to a line. I'm kind of going back and forth, making how many items do they have,
See if you can dive in at the last.
Yeah.
Hovering over each of the cashiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to go to the one who, they look like they're newbie. I don't go there. And so, but always inevitably, whichever one I choose, the person who's in front of me either has coupons that they're trying to, redeem, or they want to pay with like exact change and they're getting their change purse and like putting one nickel and a dime. I'm just like, oh my God. And they can't find, I thought I had it in, and then they're going into their pockets trying to find, change. So I either get that or I get someone who's whatever item doesn't scan. And it's like, no, right? And they're doing a price check. They got to call Bob from the back to come in and take the item.
Bob's on lunch.
Yeah, exactly.
So you said you had it down to a science, but clearly you
I
don't.
don't. Well,
Yeah.
I was going to say, it doesn't sound like you're good at picking lines. That seems to be
I
the
clearly
problem.
am not. Yeah,
That's the problem.
I just think it's Murphy's Law. No matter which line I choose, there's someone who's going to,
It's true.
mess up my day.
Yeah, and you're in a rush. So mine's somewhat similar, but mine are people in the checkout, or not the checkout, the grocery store aisles with their cart.
Oh, the wanderers.
The wanderers, they're in the middle of the aisle with their cart, and they're kind of just looking around at what they want to get.
They don't realize that there's a two-way street there.
No concept that there's people that are trying to get by them. It's just like, well, I'm shopping and everyone else can wait. They just have no care in the world. And you sit there, you try to be polite, and you're just like, maybe they'll recognize it, and behind them, and they're just oblivious.
I just moved their cart.
Yeah. You know what the answer to that is, right? You don't do the groceries. Somebody else
Well, we
do it
now
for
do
you.
the online
I'm lucky that
groceries.
Missy does the groceries, but you
Does Missy do all the groceries?
She actually does, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. No, I do a lot of. Well, Sue and I kind of take turns doing it, I guess, or we go together.
Yeah, I haven't much anymore because we just do it online. But I prefer to go just because I like picking the items.
Yeah,
that
I agree
want.
with you. I actually don't mind doing groceries, truthfully, but it's just, up until recently where I've had a little bit more time, she would have days during the week where she could do it. And she would just go during the day.
Spence, isn't your grocery store called Takeout? Isn't that the name of your grocery store?
You're funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Apparently you didn't think that was funny.
I don't find that funny.
Well, you do Takeout.
It's kind of a pet
I
peeve.
do, yeah.
It's a pet peeve of mine, actually, that you don't think that's funny.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Anyway, so would you guys agree that the Wanderers, is that a pet peeve of yours?
I
The Wanderers
don't
in the aisle?
like that, no.
Yeah, that drives me crazy. It's like, just get what you need and keep moving.
I don't know that I have any grocery store ones. I'm sure I probably do. I just can't think of any. When you talk pet peeves, the thing that jumps out at me is, and this
But we're
is,
still talking about grocery store.
oh, I'm sorry.
Pet peeve.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you carry on then. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
So getting back to the grocery store pet peeves. The other one that I have,
It's kind of a pet peeve that I've been cut off, actually.
yeah, I
but
know. Well, you'll get used to it. This isn't the first podcast, bro. So when you're in the grocery store, and it's kind of like the Wanderer, but it's a little bit different. You know, they're like in the the cooler section where they're looking for different orange juice or butter,
and they're right in the one you want to get to. Yeah,
And so I'm waiting patiently. Like, okay, they'll just grab their eggs or they'll grab their butter.
Yeah, I do understand that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but then everyone, you know, again, whoever I'm behind, they don't know that there's this, you know, plentitude or plentitude. Is that a word?
There's plenty of milk cartons. Is that what you're trying to get?
Yeah, there's
at?
like different.
What's plentitude?
I don't know.
A lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a plentitude.
It's a lot of tude.
Yeah, but like a whole, there's different butters for them to choose from, and now they're looking at each one and they're not really sure, and they put it. I'm just like, oh my god, just pick some.
That's the yogurt.
Yeah, well, exactly.
Absolutely.
Anything there. I'm just like, oh my god, just please.
Yeah. Well,
And then they grab an orange juice and they know they put it back and they're looking at something else, and I'm just like, oh my god.
and it's always the exact door that you want to go in. So then you wait
That
patiently.
is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just sit
Sometimes
there
I've
and
actually kind of squeezed in beside them and just put my hand in and say, "Oh no, excuse me," and I just grab it. And I'm just like, I'm not waiting. Yeah, I'm not waiting any longer. It's like, come on, I've got places to go.
But the best part is when they finally clue in and they go, "Oh, I'm sorry." We always go, "Oh,
no, it's no, go ahead.
No,
You're
fine.
good. No rush
No,
here.
no rush. No worries at all. I wait."
But they can tell as I'm saying, "Oh, there's no rush." But they can tell that
Spencer's
I'm
lips are all, his lips are all pierced. No, I'm fine. It's all good.
pursed, resting bitch face that's not resting. Yeah, that's
Not
No,
a
you,
rest,
no,
bitch
you take
face.
your time. Look at some more yogurt. It's all
Yeah.
good. It's all good.
Yeah, that is true. That is what happens.
You know what I had someone do once, and as much as it pissed me off,
Are you still on grocery stores?
yeah.
Okay.
As much as it pissed me off, part of me was kind of like, that was like a really brilliant move.
Okay.
And I
What
was
does it
like,
do?
I'm going to maybe have to incorporate that into my little grocery store routine for people. But someone, this is going back, like now I use my phone and I have like an app for creating a list. But before that time, I used to have a paper list and I would write out everything and I would just, know what I'm going to pick up. Somebody took my list. It was in my cart and they actually took it, like purposely took it. I didn't just drop it. And they stole my list, and I was completely blind for what other items I had to pick up.
They took your grocery list out of your cart.
Why would somebody do that? What's the benefit of having someone else's grocery
No,
list?
I don't think they wanted my list per se. I think they just thought, hey, it'll be fun. Look at this guy's got a list there. If I take it, he'll have nothing. He'll have no idea what
So
he's
they
got
were
to do.
messing with you.
Yeah, I think someone just thought, I'm going to purposely mess up someone's day.
But you want to incorporate that into your routine?
I kind
now?
of thought like, wow, that was really good because it really did mess up my day. I thought maybe I take someone else's list if I see it there.
Just pay it forward.
Pay it forward again. You know what I mean?
Have you ever had someone take your cart?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And I know for sure that I've taken somebody's cart, not with groceries in it, mind you, but like just started to see it there, and you start wheeling away, and then you can hear somebody saying, "Did you see where my cart went?" And you're like, "Oh shit, I'm caught."
But then Chad doesn't bring it back. He just keeps on
Well,
going.
I mean, it depends. If I'm more than 50 feet away, it's clear.
Yeah.
You're good.
yeah. If you're 49 feet away, you're bringing
No,
it back.
you got to bring it back at 45 feet. Yeah.
Yeah. So I've taken someone's cart that has groceries in it, thinking it was mine, just because you're absent-minded. But then you return it, of course.
Yeah, I caught someone taking mine, and I didn't notice until I was going to put something in there, and I think they had like either diapers or like feminine product, and I was like, this isn't my cart. And then I started like scanning down the aisle, like who's got my cart with my food in it, and I found the lady who had it, and I was like, excuse me, I think you've got my cart, and yeah, we had a little switch.
Didn't you used to do that as a pickup line, Wade? Like, excuse me, is this my cart?
No, never did that, Chad.
No way.
No, you're thinking about your pickup lines.
No, that wouldn't have worked for me.
Well, we know it didn't work for you, for
No,
sure.
it definitely didn't. You got
So-
any other grocery store beefs?
Not. I think I've said this before in other podcasts, but just people parking in grocery stores. They just can't seem to park in a parking lot. Just, I don't understand that. They lose all sense of.
I think that goes with any parking lot anywhere, frankly, not just grocery stores.
Yeah. Actually, I do have a pet peeve. And I know I should be philanthropic.
Wow.
Another big word today. I should be donating to these things. But I feel like every time you leave a grocery store, there's someone at the exit wanting some kind of donation for something, or even in the checkout. Do you want to buy an extra bag of food for the unhoused? Do you want to donate to the Girl Scouts? Like, there's always someone wanting something from you when you leave. That's kind of a pet peeve of mine.
I mean, I guess it's necessary that people need to collect for these things, or Girl Scouts or Boy Scouts, Salvation Army. You know,
But I guess we know where you stand on that.
No, I don't.
You don't like to donate?
No, I do donate, but I find I have things that I donate to, and I donate in certain ways. So I just feel like it's constantly someone has their hand out for something, and I understand it. But we're talking about pet peeves. That's a pet peeve of mine.
Right. Well, as I said, I don't think I have any for the grocery store, but this one I'm living right now because I've got an ad for something for sale.
No.
Yes.
You're selling something online?
Shocking. I know.
Jeez.
I know. That's right. You guys like to call me Fred Sanford because I like to wheel and deal sometimes. But in this case, that's not what this is about. But I'm selling my work van, and you put up the ad and you spell out every detail about the item in the ad, and you say, please don't, you write right in there, please do not ask me if this is available. You know,
if the ad is still up, it means it's still available.
The item is available. And do you think
Hi, is your white van still available? That's the very first question.
It is. And I'm like, guys, I know that, it's a prefab, you can just click it and it does that, but it irritates the shit out of me. I do not understand why they have it. And then, what can you tell me about it? How many miles are on it?
Other than what's in the
description.
description.
I'm like, I put the
Everything.
year, the miles, what it needs for safety, how much I'm asking,
How much are you asking for the van?
It drives me nuts. Oh, you want to know? Are you looking for a white
No,
van?
we might be able to help you sell it.
I'm on my way over.
Oh, yeah.
That's another pet peeve.
That's another pet peeve. They say,
I'll be there in 20 minutes. Hold it for me.
Absolutely. I'll
and
be
then
there in 20
they
minutes.
ghost you for the next 5 years.
It's so true.
Yeah.
Or the people that I think you mentioned this before, Spence, the people that say, is it still available? And you say, yes, it is. And that's the last you ever heard
And there's
from them.
nothing. Yeah.
It's like they got murdered in their house because they're never to be. They never send another response
But
back.
why aren't they like? What's the point in responding?
I'm highly interested. Is it still available? And then nothing.
I know.
Yeah.
Why do that? Why even ask if you're not even in?
Because they're sitting
up?
in their basement with nothing else to do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's nuts. I just don't understand. Or why say? People say, like you said, I'm coming over. I mean, when Missy and I were selling a dining room set many years ago, and it was all jumbled up in the garage. And every time they were coming, like, "Are you sure you're coming?" Because I don't, it's in the garage. I got to take it all. Oh no, we'll be there in like 15 minutes. So we go out and we set up everything on the front lawn. No, you call back. Oh yeah, I'm not coming. Look, why don't you just tell me you're not, like, you don't want to come? Why tell me you're coming if you're not coming? That is my biggest pet peeve by far.
Oh,
Just
I think
say,
I can think of another one that you don't like either with selling stuff online.
Sure.
The price tag is $1,000. Oh, and they offer
I'll
you
give you $200.
200.
Yeah, I know.
Right. It's like, will you
I
take?
can pay 200.
Will you take an even trade? It's like, no, I don't want whatever you want to trade.
Are you
selling.
looking for a lawnmower? Because I do have a lawnmower. I can.
I'm
trade
selling
you
a
for
white
the-
van. Can I trade it for a red van? It's like, no, I don't want a van. I'm selling my van.
And the beauty is that is in the ad, I put no trades, being offered.
And then they say, would you take a trade?
Yes, of course.
So really, I think our pet peeve is stupid people. I think that really is the pet peeve.
Well, I think it's
stupid people.
No, I think it's online sales in general because people don't have to meet. It's different. If you go into a store and you have to talk face to face, you're going to be a little bit more, appropriate in your behavior. I guess I can't think of the word. But if it's online, there's anonymity. You can say and do whatever, and nobody's. They're just
very
gonna,
true.
They're just going to be pissed off, and there's nothing they can do about
It's
it.
also a tactic too, because I hate to even admit that I've done this, but I have.
Okay, what's that?
That I've, created an account and asked somebody, is it still available? And then I've offered them like half what they're asking, and then just to get them like thinking like they're getting lowballed, and then I'll come in with my real offer, but it still will be lower, but it's higher than the lowball that I originally did. I have done that.
So I'm laughing because I've done that.
Of course you have. Yeah.
Create 4 different accounts. You're spamming them saying that you're interested.
I definitely have done
You're
that.
competing with yourself online.
Yeah,
right?
you basically just get, a couple people.
I tell them I'm 15 minutes away and then I don't show. And they're so frustrated by the time I actually really show up with cash in hand that I can usually get a good deal.
Yeah, because they put out the table from the garage, and so that's on the front lawn.
Exactly. Well, it's true. Actually, the third time after we had pulled that table out and set it up so many times, I was just like,
You're willing to
I
give
don't
it away
care,
for free.
Yeah, absolutely.
Free table, put a sign out there.
It's true.
And they're still saying, can you deliver it?
That's the killer. No delivery available.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I can think of another pet peeve, totally off topic though.
Sure.
And I don't know why this bugs me, but when you want to buy something online, like some kind of subscription to something,
Sure.
and it's an automatic renewal,
Yeah, I don't like
that's
that.
a pet peeve of mine.
Actually, I think that they've kind of outlawed that in some
No,
ways. Is it not? Don't you have to sign something that you're okay with automatic renewal or something to that effect?
well, as soon as you say I'm going to purchase it, then you're agreeing to the automatic renewal. So you're consenting when you purchase it. But there's things I'd like to try, like a software program, and not have to commit to a renewal, or not have to go through the process of canceling it.
Do you want me to tell you how you deal with that?
Yeah,
Yeah, I do. I want to hear that.
So what you do is you sign up for the subscription and it says, okay, after your free month trial,
yeah,
it will then be automatically renewed on a yearly basis at X amount.
yeah.
As soon as you get the trial,
Cancel your credit card.
no, the very next day, you just cancel your subscription, but it doesn't cancel your free trial. It just will cancel the subscription. So that's how you do it.
You can do that. I just find it to be a
You
nuisance
forget.
that I
That's
have.
the problem.
That's why.
forget.
That's why I know. That's why you do it right at the same time.
I
you
just-
subscribe and then you cancel.
I
And if you
just-
really like it, you then uncheck this unsubscribe.
I don't like the tactic. I just think if it's a trial, let me try it without any kind of commitment or.
Oh, they
it's
want
an
the hook.
I know they want the hook.
But that's the thing. Exactly. Once
want
they
the
know
hook.
that the majority of people will forget,
Right.
and I'm one of them,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then go, oh, damn it.
On the 32nd day,
Absolutely.
you forgot.
See,
They're like, "Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
it's
you're
too
locked in
late.
for a year.
Another year
You
again.
can cancel. We've already charged your credit card."
It's so true. You know how many gym memberships I started and never even went because they told me I couldn't cancel it because I took too long after a month of free,
Yeah.
free trial.
You guys know I just bought a new vehicle and I got 3 months of Sirius satellite radio.
Why would you do that?
No, he got it.
No,
Came.
it
It comes,
came.
I know. Even if it's free, I would say no to Sirius.
No. I didn't even. It wasn't even a question of mine. It just was on a car.
Okay.
It's not an automatic renewal. It just came with the
Okay.
car. But then I got the flyer in the mail saying
course.
it's coming up.
Congratulations.
$5.99. Yeah.
Yeah, it's coming up for renewal,
Yeah.
and if you want to continue with special deal for $5 a month, do it now. Sign up now, and then it's an automatic. Do it. It's an automatic renewal after that.
Okay.
Well, I actually considered for $5 I might do it for another year, but then because it was an automatic renewal, I'm like, no, screw it, I'm not doing it because I hate the fact that they
Because you got to remember all those renewals, right?
they play the game. I don't like the game,
Yeah.
so it's a pet peeve.
You know, it is kind of fun though. And this is, I don't, it's not really a pet peeve, but just talking about that same thing. I remember mine was coming up and then all of a sudden they jacked me. It went from like $5.99 to $12 or something like that. And so I said, no, forget it. I'm canceling it. And I canceled it. And then I just kept letting them just keep sending me some more stuff. And then they call and say,
$8.99.
Yeah, exactly.
$6.99.
Yeah.
That's exactly
$4.99.
right.
$2 for the year.
Exactly. Then eventually they get to a point where like, and you say, okay. And then they're getting ready to sign you up and they say, no, no, I'm not doing that. No. And then they get so busy and they'll call you back again and offer one more, one more deal.
See, if we were talking to salespeople about their pet peeve, they would say you.
Yeah,
That would be
probably.
You just
Yeah.
wasted
But
all their time.
we're doing that because now we've been so conditioned to having to deal with it that we now we're like fighting back,
Yeah.
right? It's like when the solicitors call and you know, you say, Siri, can you just hang on for a second? and you walk away. It's like a payback. Oh.
That would be a pet peeve. People calling at your dinner hour, right?
Yeah. Whenever they call, I just say hello, and then when I hear that it's like a cold call, I just hit mute, and I leave them there. I don't say another word, and they're like, "Hello, hello, sir, hello."
Well, as soon as they get your last name wrong, you're like, oh yeah, no, I'm not having this conversation.
Is this Mr. Facconi? Yeah, that's not for me.
I just say hello, and then I know the first couple words out of their mouth.
Yep.
I'm like, okay, you're gonna be
Just say like
talking to nothing.
Yeah, actually, no. I'm glad you called. My wife wanted to chat to you. Just hang on one sec.
Well, I've done that too. I've said that to Oh my god, I feel so bad, but I've done that.
You
with,
set up your own wife?
I have, yeah. I am proud to say I have. It was a game we used to do, and then
Didn't I do that with you? Actually, I did that with you with. I think it was Jehovah's or somebody like that. They came to the door one time, and I said, "Oh, it's for you."
yeah, you did that. Yeah.
When you guys had your place
Yeah,
together?
on Elmwood, I think. But no, we used to get
In
phone
Strathroy.
calls. Yeah, we used to get phone calls, and I would take it, and they would start trying to pitch, and I'd say, oh yeah, I'm good. Hang on 1 second, and I'd say, babe, it's your mom. And I'd pull the phone out and I'd say, it's your sister. And she'd take it. She's like, hey, mom. And then they're like, oh, hello, I'm just calling. And then she's looking at me like, oh, you mother. Right. And then I was just like
That's
laughing
hilarious.
my head off. But
I
yeah,
love that.
we did that all the time. Like, how can I make her believe that this is actually someone else?
I haven't done that, but I have if I'm working in my office and I see someone coming to the door who I know I'm not expecting and they're selling something at the door.
You quickly get on
Yeah,
the Zoom
oh,
call.
yeah.
I'm on the Zoom call.
I'm gonna call. I can't answer the door.
I've
I'll
definitely
just
done that.
They'll ring the doorbell and I just let it go until Sue finally comes up from her office to answer it.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sue, if you're watching.
I don't know. I don't know if that's classified as pet peeve. That's kind of
No.
payback to pet peeve.
That's
Yeah.
a
sort
payback.
of.
I do have another pet peeve though, and
What's that?
I think I know for sure Spence is going to agree with me on this one. When you go to a drive-through of any kind,
Oh my God.
and you have
don't.
someone with you, you have a friend,
PTSD is hurt.
I think I know where you're going. Yeah.
you have a friend with you or your spouse, whatever it is, and before you even pull up, you're like, you know what you want? You're good? Yeah, okay. I know what I want. I'm good. You get up there. You've been waiting for like 15 minutes in the line of cars, so ample time to kind of think about your order. And then you pull up to the little speaker and they go, "Can I take your order, please?" And the person beside you goes, "What do I want?" And you're like, because you're now panicking,
Yeah.
you're stressed.
The person
because now
asks what
you're-
we want. We need to give them an answer.
Now you're stressed
Yeah.
because you feel like that guy who's now kind of holding up the line.
Yeah, everybody's behind you honking.
And you're like, you had 15 minutes to figure out what you wanted. You said you knew what you wanted. That's
No,
my pet peeve.
How about, it's McDonald's. You know what they serve. They haven't changed the menu in 30 years. So like that's the same stuff that they've always.
You might want apple slices instead of fries. So you got to.
That's not true because they had a McWrap, but now it's gone.
Yeah.
You know.
Honestly, and I'm going to throw Tina under the bus here, but
Oh.
well, you
again.
remember though. I think you guys remembered this. The one it was so bad with Tina that every single time. First, we had to stop before the speaker. Like, just hang on, and she's
just-
like trying to read. I'm like, oh my god.
She just wants a second.
Yeah, she wants to decide. We're
Just a second.
we can pull off the highway. Now there's a McDonald's, 10 minutes down the road. Let's stop there. I would have thought that maybe, hey, on those 10 minutes that we're driving, you're going to be thinking about, what do I want to eat from McDonald's? No. It's like
She was thinking about where to stop in advance.
whatever else is going through her head. That's like, blah, blah, blah.
In fairness, she's just a visual. She needs to see the menu in front of
Yeah.
her.
Yeah, that's what it is.
See the picture of the fake quarter pounder.
Yeah.
On the
And we'd
screen.
get there, and then it was like, gotta wait before, and then there'd be a car coming up behind us wondering, why is this guy not at the speaker? And then I'm like, babe. It's like, so then we pull up, and then, and then it's like,
That's another
Yeah.
pet peeve.
But just that you can't hear
Yeah.
them.
yeah,
What
you
was
can't,
that?
they could be saying whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, drive, sir, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to kill you. It's like, okay, I'm on my way up.
I'm going to murder you and your wife.
So, and then, but then it's that
want fries
blank,
with
and it's a blank stare where it's like, can you ask me if they have? I'm like, they don't have it. It's not on the menu.
It's
There's
McDonald's.
5 items.
They don't sell nachos.
There's
okay?
5 items.
There are no tacos at
But
McDonald's.
it got so bad that, I actually thought of a brilliant idea. And for Christmas one year, I went around to every single fast food
You got the
place. No, I took a picture
Okay.
of every
Really?
single menu board that
Did you
there
really?
was. I did. And I presented her a book. And she just could flip the pages.
Nothing says love like that.
Yeah.
Wow,
And
right?
then just so if you want to go to Taco Bell, turn to the Taco Bell page, and there's all the menu.
Wow. That was,
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the,
And we
here's the
kept-
question.
that was
though.
ingenious of you.
We
Here's the
kept it
question.
in the car.
Did it help?
No, she never grabbed the book. But I would say, like, we're going to Taco Bell. Grab the book, flip
I
to
was
the
just gonna say-
flip to the Burger King page, and look at what you want.
now the issue is that did she forget to bring the book in the
No,
car?
I kept it in the car.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but it was actually kind of it was more funny and kind of tongue in
That is
cheek,
funny.
but it actually came in handy. We did use it.
Wow.
Yeah.
A lot of thought went into that gift.
did,
That's
yeah.
kind
That
of
was a great gift.
Yeah.
It was. Yeah, it was very. I'm a good guy that way.
As you just threw her under the bus.
Wow.
Yes. You're going to hear about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was the truth. It was. It was a pet peeve. Yeah.
Any other pet peeves for you, Chad, that you haven't had a chance to share with us yet?
No, I'm still ticked off about my van that you're just getting all these people, and just going back to that for a second, why is it that people want to make an offer to you when they haven't seen it? They know nothing about it. Like the idea that they're just saying, like you said, $10. I'm selling the van for $6,900, and somebody sends you, is $4,000 too low?
But it doesn't matter what you say. If you say, yep, 4,000, they'll be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I'll call you back. Yeah. They're never going to, it doesn't matter what you say.
You're not going to hear
It's
from
just-
them. That's the thing. Yeah.
It's because it's
I'm
like,
just ranting now because, I had somebody come today
Okay.
to look at it.
I think people do that to just test how low will you go,
Yeah.
Sure.
right? And if you say, yeah, I'll take it, like, okay, well, if he's going to take 4,000, then he'll probably take 35.
No, they do like you, and then they have their brother call back
Right.
and say 3,500.
Yeah, we've all done it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's a brilliant strategy.
It is.
I would like to actually know on these podcast comments. I'd like to hear from people watching what their pet peeves are when they comment.
And everybody, if you're watching, I guess you can probably just Google you to find your Kijiji ads, Chad. But
Yeah. If you're
people
looking
just
for-
say,
if you're
ask
looking
him if
for-
it's still available
Yes.
on all his
If
ads.
you're looking for a van,
yeah.
yes, the price is $6,900. It has 213,000 kilometers.
And when he says don't call, only
Yes.
emails, he really means call me.
Yes.
That's what he really
Call me
means.
immediately. Yeah.
I'm very interested. I'm on my way.
Yes.
I might create some new fake
Profiles,
personas
just to-
online just to
You know,
mess with you.
You say that, but actually, Corey, who
Yeah.
he actually started sending me messages about it yesterday.
He did.
He did.
That's
and
awesome.
I finally called him. I said, "Okay, are you just jerking me around here?" Or what? And he said, "Oh my God, my wife and I are killing ourselves laughing."
Oh my
It's the
God.
first. You know what the first question was? You know
Is it
exactly
still
what
available?
That was the first question. It was is it first still available? And then he was like, "How many miles on it? What's the
What color?
What's the color?"
And you're like, oh my God, you're freaking
I
out.
finally called him and I said, "Cor, look, are you just jerking me around or whatever?" And he was laughing out loud. Him and his wife, I could hear her in the background. They thought it was hilarious.
That's awesome.
It was awesome for him.
My last pet peeve would probably be parking lots at the grocery store or any parking lot. And the reason I bring that up is I just left a casino last night and someone was pulling out and I would have thought they were going in reverse. They were going so slow. Like it's so cautious. They did probably a 4-point turn. Like they were backing out and there was at least 10 feet before the car, but they were stopping and then cranking the wheel. And I'm like, you're not making this turn.
That is a pet
Like
peeve.
I felt like getting out and like, come back more. Like you got lots of space here.
That's a pet peeve. The 27-point turn.
Well, yeah, you
you're
wonder, like, how did you get your license? They're going forward,
Yeah.
back, forward. I'm just like, oh
they
my.
can't judge distance, and you're just
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was very painful. And again, this was like 2 a.m. or 1:30. I was just like, I just want to go home. And then when they finally back out, and I can't trust if I could get around them and pass them in the parking lot, I would have. But then they just start like driving slow, like there's little children crossing the road, and they put their signal on in the park, like, and we're in a parking garage. I'm like, oh my God! Like just everything they were doing was just like,
I love the sound effect.
well, that's what it was. This turn signal.
Dick
yeah.
doom, dick doom.
Doom, dick doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the big pet peeve of mine.
Awesome.
Just get out of the way, go where you're going, be cognizant of people behind you that they're trying to exit that parking structure with you.
Here's what I know though. We have our pet peeves, and everyone has them. We've probably done stuff that is someone else's pet peeve.
Oh, for sure.
Can't escape it.
I don't care about their pet peeves. I just
Sometimes
care
you
about
just got to take a deep breath and not worry about it.
You're very generous in that way.
mine. Well, I don't. Yeah, I
You know,
just
a
it's,
giving person. You're just giving them some pet peeves, no charge.
Yep.
But the next time I'm in the grocery store ahead of Spence, I'm going to get all my change out to pay for my item.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to grab my big bin of pennies and get it all out there.
You know
How
what
about this? You guys, and I'm notorious for this, and I'm
Sure.
sure people. I guarantee you, I'm someone's pet peeve on this.
Okay.
I'm the guy that goes in the checkout line, and I've got half my stuff through, and then I start remembering all the stuff I forgot.
Oh, that is.
Oh, and you say, yeah, I'm just going to run back and
And
grab
I did.
it.
I don't even say anything. I just go.
Really?
You just go.
Yeah.
You don't even say,
see,
no,
that
I
would-
apologize. I just forgot
And then
the
I
sour
come
cream.
back
I'm
and
gonna,
I'll
I'm
and
gonna
like
go get that.
I gotta excuse me, pardon me, and I gotta kind of get past
Oh,
them.
shit, that would drive me
Yeah.
nuts.
And then but I can tell that someone's like that pissed them off, and that they're almost done ringing through my stuff. I've never made it like where I didn't come back in time and they were waiting for me.
Yeah,
But
I've done that, and as long as I know I have enough groceries, that
Yeah.
that
Well, that's
they're
what I
not
do.
gonna-
I'm
They're not
not
going to
a-
get to the end before I come back.
I've
at the
got it
end.
close.
Yeah.
You know, where someone was
Yeah.
like they had to back their whole cart out and they were not happy with that because I couldn't get through.
So to add to that, I've I've been with Sue grocery shopping where she's forgotten something and she goes back to get it.
And then she's not. And then you're waiting there. She's
doesn't
not
come back.
coming.
She doesn't come back.
Oh, you
and
just
it-
pay. No, you pay and say, well, you got to
Yeah.
wait again.
Yeah.
No, but it's stressful because you're like, come on, and people are waiting, and now they've rung everything through, and they're waiting for your wife, and you're like,
Oh, just
hurry
a
up, where'd
minute.
she
She's
go?
just.
Where'd she go?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she'll be
I
right back.
find
She'll
that
be right back.
stressful. Yeah,
That's true.
that's awkward.
Yeah. Have you ever left a grocery cart full of food?
They just
Like
walk-
left the lineup?
just
No, like
walked
just
out of the store?
walked away.
No.
Like just left the store?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Why have you done
I
that?
have.
Why?
Yeah, this is probably a different podcast, but yeah, I
Yeah,
was
well, I'm
grocery.
curious about that.
That was a deep breath.
It was, well, because
This
it
is
was.
this is a very
is
traumatizing
this triggering
kind
for
of
you?
story
Yeah.
that you're telling us now.
Yeah. I think we should save
This
it.
is
Though.
a safe space, though. So
I think we should save it for another one. I've done it twice in my life.
Really?
Yeah, the one I'll bring up on another podcast, but the
so
second
now
time
you're going to tease us with this
Yeah,
whole
this-
thing. Okay.
this is how you get the hooks in, Wade. This is
Oh.
like the subscription.
Okay. Yeah.
So, the one time I'll tell you later, but the second time was during COVID when they thought that they now had to have an employee that would like line you up and tell you which register to go to.
yes.
Number 2, sir. Number
Yes.
4. It's like, I think I can see.
Yes.
But no, they needed to pay someone a full-time job for that. And I did all my groceries, and the lineup was like 30 people deep, and it must have had 2 cashiers on, and I was waiting in line, which felt like an hour. Is probably like 10 minutes, but I'm just like, oh my god, and I got so pissed off in line that I just walked away. I left my cart. I made it like I was gonna go. Oh, I forgot something.
Let's get a
And
check.
then-
Let's get a check on something.
yeah, I did. I did that. I did the old Irish exit.
Wow.
Really? Yeah.
Why is that called an Irish exit?
I don't know.
It is.
I don't know why, but it is. But yeah, I did that.
Interesting.
And it felt so. I was like laughing as I was like exiting the store. Like I just left a whole cart full of everything there.
Wow.
Yeah,
That,
it's probably.
I
bad
don't think
you
I've ever
admit
done that, but what it did remind me is of another little pet peeve. Just speaking of during COVID, when you went into the grocery store and they had all the arrows.
Yeah.
Down,
Yes, and
down.
they go the wrong direction.
I
Well-
purposely went the wrong direction. I was not going to follow
Well,
the arrows.
You
Sorry.
did, eh?
I did.
You-
But I mean,
see,
it
you
wasn't
were
that
my
I
pet peeve.
purposely went the wrong direction.
Yeah.
But if I was going down and I realized I needed something, I would turn around. And then and there was a couple of times where people were like, "Oh, you got to see the arrows." I'm like, I'm not going all the way around.
Yeah.
Just to get that one item.
They didn't want to have the close contact with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even though they can touch all these items on the shelf and look
Well-
at it
well,
and put
exactly.
it back,
You
and
just-
then I can touch it, but
Yeah.
that's not COVID.
You just
All the apples that
just
you're
manhandled-
touching. and-
Yeah, I guess.
I know.
exactly. Everybody was touching the craft dinner and put it back on the shelf, and everybody's picking it up.
Craft dinner, eh? Big spender.
Well, that's why they kept putting it back. Right? It was too much. Wasn't on sale.
Are you done with that craft dinner? Sir? Can you pass me? Can you pass me 5?
From 6 feet away. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just throw them in my cart.
No, but all the produce, people are picking it up and smelling and touching and then put it back. That's okay, apparently.
true.
But you can't walk past each other in the aisle.
Yeah, as long as they were going the right direction after they touched all the
Yeah,
food.
I remember the arrows. Yeah, that was a big.
That was kind of irritating to me. Almost. I kind of want to go like peel up all of the arrows off the floor.
Yeah, I purposely did go the wrong way because I was just like, I'm not following an arrow on a floor.
You're a rebel.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I roll.
Well, listen, guys, this has been kind of.
I'm triggered
enlightening.
now. Yeah, yeah. I need to meditate. I think.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can I recommend an Ambien?
Yeah, well, something Scotch.
Anyway, folks, this was good.
It was. There's probably so many more pet peeves to discuss, but that's just what came to my mind.
Yeah,
I do want to
at
hear
the
from the public though what their
Yes.
pet peeves are.
yeah.
Yeah, tell us about your pet peeves, and we'll incorporate them into another podcast.
Maybe we will.
Why not?
Right after Spencer's mystery podcast that he's
That's
not going to
right.
share with
Yeah,
us.
I don't know why you wanted to share that. That's interesting.
Yeah. You'll find out.
Okay.
Just tune in.
At the next time.
All right.
See you guys next week.
Next week.
Yeah.
See you, buddy.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.